Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Creative Mind. I'm your host, Byron Craig, and today we have a special treat. We have, not only is this man D-Town's finest photographer, headshots, you name it. He has been the director of photography on a film called King of Dallas with his boy Jay Rhodes. Shout out Jay Rhodes. He is the owner, sole proprietor. He is the head honcho over at Kory Williams Photography. He does weddings. He's a videographer. Dude, he's a comedian. Shout out Uncle Filthy McNasty. Y'all don't know about that, but y'all gonna learn about it today. But ladies and gentlemen, I bring to the stage, to my podcast, to this arena, my friend and my brother, Kory Williams.
Hey, I appreciate the introduction, brother. I appreciate the introduction, man. That's great.
Sir.
That's great. How you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain, bro. It's been a good week, man. How about you?
I'm good, man. Life is lifing.
Life is lifing. But all we can do is keep pressing forward.
Keep pressing forward, man. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. I have a good way we can start this podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, prior to this shoot, I asked you earlier, I said, can we push it back 30 minutes, right?
Yep.
I did some headshots today, last minute. It's all about the grind, right?
Let's do it.
So tell me why I am sitting in front of a random elementary school here in Fort Worth, Texas, because my freaking timing belt decided to snap on me.
Say word?
I'm dead serious, man. But the good thing is I'm still in high spirits, though. Because at least I know what the problem is, and it's an easy fix. So it's all good.
Yeah. That dude, one, I'm sorry that your timing belt snapped.
Yeah.
Two, it's like, but that's a crazy fix because you gotta crank and push up and then make everything. I mean, at least in cars that I've dealt with, you have to push it up we gotta put the torque wrench in and push up and. Dude, it's crazy.
Right. I say it's an easy fix, but not for me. I have a mechanic who's gonna do it for me. So.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you got it handled. They gonna do it today?
No, not today. Hell no, not today.
No, how you gonna get home?
I'm probably gonna Uber. Or I might call my pops, man. I don't know, but I'll figure it out after this podcast.
Dude, how you gonna get around? You just gonna leave your car at some random elementary school?
Well, no. Luckily, I parked it in somewhere safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I parked somewhere safe. Yeah.
That's good.
So, and I'm in a nice area too, so it's cool.
Okay. We in the glitz and the glamour of Fort Worth, Texas. I guess I can't really say you Dallas's finest because you're not Dallas's finest. You in Fort Worth. You Fort Worth. Finest.
Yeah. I currently live in Dallas, but I am raised in Fort Worth, Texas. Absolutely, yeah.
Funky town.
Funky town in the house. Funky town in the house.
Hey,
yes, sir.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
So let's talk about you, man. Let's introduce to the world I always start same question. Who is Kory?
It's funny when people ask that because it's such an open-ended question, right? And there's so many ways you can take it. I can take it all the way from childhood when I grew up in Seattle, or I can start from when I started running track in high school when I was a teenager, or there's so many different things, right? So I'm going to try to keep this as general as possible. Kory Williams is a very inquisitive guy. I like to get my hands on everything. And not to toot my own horn, but as soon as I get my hands on something, I find a huge interest in it. Whether it be DJing, or whether it be photography, or whether it be playing the keys, or whether it be audio engineering, or whether it be music production, or whether it be videography, filmmaking. I feel like I just have the mindset and the genetic makeup for it, if you will. Like I said, I'm just very inquisitive, man. I try not to let anything pass me,
I love that.
Yeah, I try not to let anything pass me. That's it.
I did forget that you were a musician. Again, like I said, you do too many things. Musician, you've done DJ, and like you said, I forgot all about it.
Yeah, but can I say something real quick, man?
What's up, bro?
You know how they say jack of all trades, master of none?
Yeah.
That kind of is a gift and a curse, bro. Because, again, not to toot my own horn, I've done a lot. from DJing, all the stuff I just named, right?
Yeah.
But I really can't say that I've mastered those things. Like if someone were to ask me, "Oh, you played in a band? Oh, you play piano? Oh, great. So how'd that go?" It went enough for me to say I can play the piano, and that's about it. You know, it's not like I'm trying to be, you know, Mozart or Beethoven or John Tesh or something like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I played in a band in high school, but where did that take me? You know what I mean? And and I know that kind of has a pessimistic connotation to it, but it's the same thing with DJing. It's like I didn't go anywhere with DJing, but I know how to do it. You know, I've done family reunions and graduation parties, but sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, bro, you did a lot of stuff, but you really can't show for it. And I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds bad, Byron. I know
it don't sound bad, but it's for me, I'm like, okay, cool. You know how to do more things than the average person. The average person does like maybe like 1-2 things and they just like, okay, I'm cool in this little lane of mine. I'm gonna keep going. But you're like, hey, I got an interest here. I got an interest here. And the cool thing is, well, I guess it's like you said, blessing and curse. You can do it all, but at the same time, you now know when something's good and not. So like when you watch a movie, you now know film score and you're like, all right, cool. Like, all right, cool. Hans Zimmer did his thing. I bet. Or you're like, oh, I love the lighting here. I love the, you know, juxtaposition of all of this. And then you take that inspiration and you go and implement it in your next project. But see, not everybody does that. Some people like just watch movies just to watch them and they're just entertained by them. But you see them differently. The light and you're like, yeah.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, you make a good point. Way to bring that back. Thank you, bro. Way to make me
bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Have to. I got to make sure that we feed this creativity thing that you got going on. Because this is amazing. I mean, again, we both do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. For you, music, photography, videography. Me, same thing. I do the same, like music, videography, editing. Mm-hmm. I do it. Like you said, appreciate it. Yeah. See, I don't think that I do them all well. I think photography, I'm best at that. Music, you know, playing the bass, I'm just okay at it. I mean, I can do it.
That's right. You do play bass.
I do.
Yes, I forgot about that. You do play bass.
I do, a little bit. But see, I know. Okay, I can play at church. I can hear it when I hear the music. I know which number. I know the progressions. I can figure them out. But that doesn't mean that I'm like the best. There's people out there who just like kill, and I'm like, I'll never get there because I don't want to get to that height. I'm gonna just stick to my little lane here, and I can groove. You know, you set me up. I'll play a little bit.
Yeah.
You give me a camera, I'll shoot a little bit. I'll edit some, you know. But I think out of all of the things that I do, I think I'm the best at photography.
For sure. Yeah, same here. I feel like I'm the best at photography. It's what I love doing the most out of everything that I've ever done. It's fun. It's your world. You can do whatever you want to do. You know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it very much applies to photography. And I love that about photography.
Yeah.
I specifically like to shoot just people. You know, some people like to do landscapes. Mm-hmm. Some people like to do architecture. I like to shoot people in their natural element. At one point, I fell in love with shooting ballerinas, man.
It's the movement.
Because, you know, because you show up with your camera and you just let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And
For me, with ballerinas, it's the movement because it's graceful and beautiful and artful.
Absolutely.
That part.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
If I could, I would love to just shoot Misty Copeland, or even Kylie Shea. Like, she has a Leica series on her Instagram. Absolutely amazing because she shoots it herself. But it's absolutely amazing. And Misty Copeland, first female Black ballerina of the America, you know, dance ballerina company, ballad, whatever it's called, ABC. Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
like with no agenda.
Missy Copeland is amazing.
She's amazing. She's amazing at what she does.
Yeah.
How, I don't understand it, and so I just sit back and I'm just appreciative of the art.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, shout out to Missy Copeland.
Shout out Misty Cole. Not like she's gonna see it. Maybe she will say, I don't know. You never know.
Never, man. Fingers crossed, bro. You never know.
Fingers crossed. You never know. That's true. You never know. Okay. So we figured out we figured out who Kory is. How did Kory find his inspiration and find his love of photography, videography, DJing, music? Like, where did all of this creativity come from?
Okay, first I'm going to start with the camera since we just left from that topic.
Yeah.
In 2009, shout out to my mom. My mom bought me shout out moms. Moms be knowing, bro. Moms be knowing. Let me tell you what happened. This is exactly what happened. 2009, I had no interest in photography at all, whatsoever. I may have dabbled a little bit, but not to the point to where I wanted to go buy my own camera. Sure. Anyways, Christmas time comes in 2009. I'm in my 20s. My mom buys me a camera, just out the blue, a Nikon D40. I didn't ask for it; she just got it for me. And I was like, "Oh wow, thank you." And what do? I immediately open it and I start snapping pictures like crazy. And I was living in Killeen, Texas at the time. Wow. With my sister and my dad and my stepmom. And I remember the very first picture I took of my dad. It was this very stern look of my dad in the garage, just sitting there reading a book. And my dad's military, so he has this natural stern look. Yep. And the photo came out so dope to me. And I was like, wow. And after that, I took off, bro. I just started taking as many pictures as I could. Like, I couldn't put my camera down. And I think that's the thing right there that kind of catapults you towards success. And what I mean is the passion. Yeah. Like once you get into something, bro, and you can't stop and you can't put it down whatsoever, you inadvertently become successful automatically because you can't put it down. And when I tell you, I took pictures literally every day. I didn't care what it was, flowers, buildings, cars, just because I was just so intrigued by a Christmas present that I didn't ask for. And I'm going to tell you something. I think my mom knew what kind of person I am because she knew that if she got me this camera, that I was going to tinker with it until I figured it out. And I think that's why she bought it. I didn't even ask her for it, you know? And that's why I say mamas be knowing, man. Mamas be knowing for real.
They be knowing for real, for real.
Yeah, see, they be knowing.
I love that. I love that she had so much forethought and insight to go, hey, even if I just give it to him, he may not use it like right off the bat, but the minute that he picks it up and takes a picture or two, he's gonna get hooked.
Yeah, I was hooked. And then not only that, she got me the whole kit set up. So it's like it came with the kit lens that comes with it and a 55 to 300 millimeter zoom. So yep. I'm playing around with this zoom lens and I'm like, oh damn, this goes far, man. Let me see what this does, you know? Yeah. So I'm sniping, like I'm like just shooting all kind of stuff, man. And when I tell you I took so many bad pictures and I'm so thankful for those bad pictures because it helped me learn like what not to do, you know? Yeah.
That's it.
So that's my start with photography. As far as musicianship, shout out to my boy Quentin Moore. I learned how to play the piano in 2002 on the campus of the University of North Texas. Shout out UNT. I was chilling in my dorm, right? And I was listening to this guy play Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder. And here goes my inquisitive self. I go over there to just kind of look over his shoulder. And then he looks at me. I look at him. He looks at me. He looks, you know, and I'm like, nah, bro, keep playing. I'm just watching, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll show you how to play it. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't play. You know, I just wanted to just see what you were doing. And he's like, trust me, bro, it's 2 chords. Like, I can show you, it's pretty easy. And so he got up, sat me down, and then he positioned my fingers on the first chord. And he said, okay, now play all 4 of these keys at one time. So I pressed it. I said, wow, that sounds good, man. He said, okay, that's the first chord. Now, I want you to play the second chord. Now put your hand here. And I played the second chord. I said, dang, that sounds good too. He said, that's Ribbon in the Sky.
Dang. I mean, you know, Stevie can't be moving that much. He can't see them keys.
Oh my God, bro.
Sorry. Sorry. I had to.
You had to.
He can see them keys.
You had to. Oh my God. Bro, you are crazy. Why'd you do that?
I don't know, but Stevie can see. We know he can see.
Yeah, he can see a little bit. He can see.
He can see a little bit.
I heard too many theories about that. He can see.
Bro, he grabbing on women's wrists and stuff.
Oh my God.
Like,
oh my God.
Come on, don't fake. We know you can see. I mean, even if it's just like shadows. I mean, you can see.
I actually heard he can see colors, but I don't know.
No.
I heard too many stories about Stevie.
Not to change subjects. What is your thought about Pharrell saying he sees colors when he plays?
Dude, I got a homeboy who says when he rhymes, he sees colors too. And I can't even speak on, dude, honestly, I can't speak on that because everybody's so different, right? And I would hate to like discredit what people say because we don't know what they see.
Of course.
But then again, that's so hard to answer, Byron.
I would love to know what that's like to see, like if I hit on, sorry to people, I'm gonna get really nerdy. If I hit like a C minor 7th on a piano, I want to be able to see like yellow and just be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And just have like the world light up. Sorry, that's real nerdy, but
yeah, that'd be real dope. And matter of fact, shout out to my boy Arkansas Bo. I used to produce for him. And he's one of the ones who would tell me that when he rhymes or when he hears beats, he sees colors. And
wow.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I don't even speak on it, bro. I don't speak on it because everybody has their own thing. Everybody has their own genetic makeup. Everyone is different neurologically. Yeah. So who am I to say what you see or what you don't see? So I'm not going to speak on that, bro.
Oh, see, good standpoint. I'll speak for you. I think it's super dope. I would hope to God that it's true. And I would love to just one day just be able to experience that. Maybe if it does, even if it doesn't have to do with like music, if it just has to do with something, I would love to just see it just come alive.
Yeah, that would be dope. That'd be super dope. Super duper dope.
Sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject of you playing Ribbon in the Sky.
Oh, no. You good, man. I mean, but that's pretty much it. And I know that's kind of a vague answer. It's not like I just learned 2 chords and then I started playing. But no. when I was at UNT, after I learned those 2 chords, I kind of got super interested because I was like, wow, that sounded pretty good. And I think what got me was the fact that I played those 4 notes at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star with one note, yeah, you can do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but nobody has never taught me how to play a chord.
Right.
Once I played the chord, I was like, wow, that sounds good. And I had no idea that I could do that. You know, and it took one person to show me just one chord. And that right there took me off. So I got to the point to where I would be late for class trying to figure out how to do that one chord again he taught me. And then next thing you know, my fingering, I got very, what do they call it? Muscle memory.
Yeah.
I got very, very familiar with those 2 chords. And believe it or not, those 2 chords over and over, especially when he taught me the bass line. So once I played the bass line along with those chords, mm-hmm. I was amazed, bro. I was super duper amazed. And then I started learning. My first scale that I ever learned was a C minor scale. Mm. And I got really good with my. So the thing is with the piano, it's just like when you type it on the keyboard, eventually you can just type without looking at the keys.
Right.
So I think as soon as I got to that point, that's when things started to roll a little bit. And then I got really good with my fingering and scales. And then I started learning a little bit of theory. I started learning the difference between a major and a minor. I understood what a diminished chord was. I understood what an augmented chord was, a sustained chord, and like, you know, chord progressions. And then I started hearing songs that sound similar to Ribbon in the Sky, like same chords. I'm like, oh, that's the same thing as Ribbon in the Sky. F sharp, major 7th. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, that's kind of, I don't want to get too deep and nerdy with that, but
that's all good. You can get nerdy if you like.
Yeah. So that's with the keyboard DJing. I started DJing in college. I did house parties, and I did parties after track practice, and what else did I do? I did a couple of family reunions, and of course my family, once they found out I knew how to DJ, they used me literally for everything.
Isn't that how all families go? If you tell them that you can do one thing, they're like, hey, you're the designated blah blah blah.
You are the designated, and there's no questions asked whatsoever.
How do you tell your family no? Are you like, no, I'm not doing that this time?
Yeah. So I'm out in the hot sun, equipment burning up. I'm DJing, playing Frankie Beverly and Mays, Roger Troutman and Parliament and Commodores, and, you know, doing all the old school stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I learned how to DJ. Oh, and actually, let me speak on that real quick. Sometimes I don't like to call myself a DJ because I feel like I discredit the real DJs. I would match BPMs, but I would never like scratch. Oh, okay. So I would feel bad about calling myself a DJ because I was a computer click and play person. You know what I mean?
Hey, some of the best DJs, Calvin Harris, Zed, they ain't out here scratching.
Oh, okay.
They out here just mixing like 2 songs together.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody's DJ Jazzy Jeff, who is like a grand master supreme when it comes to like mixing, scratching. Like that dude, we get it. He was jazz on the Fresh Prince, but that dude, y'all forget his name is DJ Jazzy Jeff. That cat can tear up some turntables.
Right. And he grew up in the era where the DJ was a part of the group.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Jam Master J.
Yeah, like, that's when DJs.
Grandmaster Flash.
Yes, exactly. Man.
That part. See, that whole era back then, like there was no digital. It was like you was grabbing records, you was scratching, you were mixing like live, like hearing, listening, like, okay, cool. I'm here. I'm doing this. All right, cool. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, man. You carrying those crates?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm old enough to remember that, man. Yeah. Shout out to my brother.
Shout out. That mug, that's the part. I think there's some things that I wish never ever changed. I wish that the way that we consume music never really changed. Like the invention of the iPod, it was great. It was amazing. But it completely killed the ability to just like grab a CD, throw it in. You know, now you can just like make a playlist. I mean, and it's just not it just doesn't have the same tangible feel.
I feel you. Can I say something about that real quick?
Yes.
I remember, bro, in 1997, my sophomore year in high school, summer, I was going into my sophomore year of high school. Missy Elliott came out with her debut album.
Yep.
I remember walking 2 miles to CD Warehouse to go pick up the album. And now keep in mind, this is at the height of MTV music videos. Oh, and I remember when Missy Elliott came out with that big old black trash bag and she was doing the hee hee ha ha. And I was like, who is this chick rapping like this over this Timberland beat? And like, she's super dope. And when the album came out, I walked to CD Warehouse 2 miles to go pick it up on the first day. It was July of 1997. I'll never forget that. And I miss those days, man.
Ooh.
Gosh.
There's something special about when Sam Goody was open, or, I mean, Virgin Record Store, all of them, Universal Store, like all of them, where you could just literally go in, grab a physical CD or a physical copy of something and just go, I bet I got this.
Yeah.
Now, I again, not knocking where music is and how technology's evolved. I mean, we know that it was going to. There's just something about back in the day, even hitting like record on, like if you're trying to record a mixtape on a cassette tape. I'm that old where you just like tune into the radio and you just hit like the record and the play at the same time and it just records on the. Oh man, there's something about that.
Something about it, man. Something about that. And then when you open up the CD and it's like a booklet, you know, and you look at the credits and you look at who produced it and you look at, I remember buying Aaliyah's first album in 1996 because I remember when I heard One in a Million.
Yep.
And, you know, Timbaland, that's when I became a huge fan of Timbaland. Well, actually, it was before that. It was Genuine. But his beats were so different. And I remember he put them crickets in there. And I was like, this is different. And I remember getting her album, looking at the credits, Missy Elliott, Timbaland. I remember looking at Jimmy Douglas. Jimmy Douglas was Timbaland's audio engineer. Because he would shout Jimmy D all the time. Jimmy Douglas, Jimmy D, Jimmy D. And I was like, who is Jimmy D? And he was his audio engineer. How many producers do you know shout out their engineer, bro?
Dude, yeah, man. That takes the whole cake because anybody who like, again, I think giving credit to people nowadays in 2025 is a lost art. No one gives credit to like the small people. They're like, oh, hey, yo, we got a new album out today. Woo, go pick it up. It's like, yo, you didn't make the beat. Like, give your people some love. And that's like where that whole CD cover goes. Because like, man, you hop on Apple Music or Spotify, it takes like an arm and a leg to figure out who made what. You like got to click on information.
Exactly.
You know? I'm like, dude, I just want to know, like, is this because there was a period in my life where I wanted to be a music DJ. And this sounds real weird. I wanted to be like Diddy. Thank God I'm not. Dude, but we're talking making a band days where he had like Bad Boy Records is at the pinnacle of music and he was on TV. Yeah. There was a time where I wanted to be like Timbaland. It was when that Jay-Z film came out, documentary about the Black album.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times I have it on DVD. I can't tell you how many times I watched that mug.
That was inspirational, man. Big time.
For real. I mean, especially when like watching him, Timbaland, Rick Rubin. Dude, Rick Rubin, shout out. He's a GOAT.
Oh, man. I like his interviews too, man.
Dude, he's so chill.
He's always spitting some gems. Yeah.
His podcast, I don't know if you listen to his podcast or not, but it's the one where he did with Pharrell. Oh, man.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I'm definitely going to check it out. But since we're talking about iPods, technology, the advancement of the music industry, since this podcast is about creativity, I know you're interviewing me, but I want to ask you something. How do you feel about, from a creative standpoint, do you think the advancement of technology is helping artists, or do you think it's hurting artists? From a streaming standpoint, from a TikTok, Instagram, YouTube standpoint, you know, from a monetary standpoint, because I feel like technology is a gift and a curse, you know?
Sure.
But I can only imagine what artists are going through now, you know?
I think to be fair, and I don't want to bash like record labels. I think this is just me, my personal thought. I think record labels, in 2025, what's the point?
Yeah.
You have 1.5 billion platforms to put your stuff out on. You can make one song that goes viral on TikTok and not have a need for a music label because now you got a whole bunch of fans because they vibing with this one little 30-second Diddy track that you got. And it's like, oh, dope. I love this. And you get billions of plays and streams and just off of something that was on TikTok. So I don't think there's like a need for a record label of sorts. However, I can see the need for that because those billions of streams, one thing I'll say about people are most people are consumers,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll consume it, but they're not like purchasers. They don't actually go out and buy. So they may listen to this track a billion times, but it doesn't mean turn into equate like sales. They're not, if let's just say it's artist XYZ, he makes this TikTok stream, he's got 1 billion streams, and he's made, let's just say $5 million. Amazing. Off of the audio only. Great. But that's not going to turn it's not going to turn into him doing
I get what you're saying.
It's not going to turn into him making
there's no longevity. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying to say that it's not going to turn into him, like those people, that 5 million he made is not going to like repeat sales. He's not going to go, oh, let me do another hopeful TikTok song. Will these people buy tickets to my show now and hear all the other stuff that I do? Right.
So is that another way of saying that there's a lot of like one hit wonders?
I would say that people today are so overbeaten with a lot of different things. We have like ADHD of music, of technology. Like there's no way for you to, people may be a one hit wonder, but it's not intentional. It's that people they move on so quickly to the next thing.
Microwave society.
Sorry about that. Small technical glitch, but it's all right. It wasn't a glitch. Man. I got a phone call, so. Oh, good. That anyway. So back to what
we were talking about.
We were talking about the streams and not equating, and technology just not doing, like us having ADHD of technology. Yeah, and I think that's where we're.
Yeah. My thing about technology is it's a gift and a curse for me. A lot of times, a lot of people feel oversaturated. Like there's so many photographers, there's so many podcasters, there's so many DJs, there's so many YouTubers, and I got to the point to where it's just like forget them all, man. Like forget them all. Like do you, and don't compare yourself. What I do is I find inspiration with all the YouTubers that I see. Because it's so easy to compare yourself and say, oh, wow, my video doesn't look like theirs. So what I try to do is just find inspiration. And I'm not even going to lie, man, I'll take some of their ideas and apply it to myself. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Steal like an artist, bro.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with that, bro.
Nothing at all.
I tell people that all the time, man. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, man, because we live in a world where there's so many people doing exactly what it is that you're doing. But you got to block that off, and you got to, like, go in your own lane, Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
You know what? I think the reason why there's so many people doing YouTube and photography and all these sort of creative things, one, is because we were obviously created by the most creative creator, which is God. But two, it's because people are seeking and desiring freedom and to break out of the bonds of what a 9-to-5 is. Like, no one wants to work a 9-to-5. I don't. I would love to just sit around, be an owner, founder, CEO of my own company, and then just be able to just do whatever I want all day.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, if you're a YouTuber, you have that freedom. You can make a podcast, make a quick vlog, find a silly topic. And, you could be the easiest kind, not to knock this kind of YouTuber or Instagrammer. The easiest thing is the reactionary YouTuber / influencer / content creator. It's so easy. Someone else makes the content for you. All you're doing is going, what? So like, again, I love these guys, but like Justin Nunley, Fredo, all these dudes, Fredo on TV, like all these dudes, you're just reacting to what someone else did. And it's so simple. It's so simple. It's amazing. Like your content's hilarious because you guys are hilarious. However, you're just doing the easy work. I mean, at least I will say Justin Numley, he at least goes, listen, did you know? And then he does like, he gives a little facts. So, I mean, that's a little more work because you got to like find the facts. But you know, people who just are like purely like the dudes who laugh or,
right.
You know,
or like, what's dude named Kai
Sinat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what he does. I mean, he's boisterous. He talks a lot and
too old for that. He streams, he does those IRL streams, those in real life streams. So he just lives life kind of like Speed and just, they just stream their life. And
I know he's getting paid good on TikTok.
Of course.
Or whatever I don't know if it's TikTok or whatever. Okay, Twitch. Yeah.
He gets paid.
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing, man, what people can do nowadays. Man, these kids have it made.
Dude, it's so easy.
These kids have it made. And yeah, we're too old to be on here trying to jump around on beds and like, I just can't see myself doing that, man. Yeah,
I can't see myself just doing any of that at all. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't care. Like, I'm of the, I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody and we were talking about grit. Like, these children don't have it.
You say
grit.
Oh, grit.
Like, they probably ain't got rent either. Most of them live with their mamas. Anyway. But like, they don't, one wrong thing, one bad, like, viewership, they're like freaking out and they're like, no, I've lost it all. It's like, what? You ain't lost nothing.
Right.
Like,
right. This platform is at your fingertips, man. At your
so
fingertips.
Easy.
Crazy. At your fingertips. You can't let one mistake mess you up.
It's
Instagram,
so easy.
YouTube, it's not going anywhere.
It's not. And the people who rock with you, like you were saying earlier, the people who find you and rock with you, they're going to stay and rock with you. Thanks. Yeah. You know, the algorithm, that's one thing the thing that bothers me the most. It's not technology advancing. It's the algorithm where it's like, yo, what's the point of having hundreds of thousands of followers if my content can't go to them all at once?
It's a business, bro.
I understand it, but purely looking at it from a creative standpoint, as a creative and a creator, what is the point? The point of me spending 20 minutes editing one singular photo to make it perfect is not for my enjoyment, because I'm always going to find fault in it. It's for someone else to go, wow, and see the beauty in the art that I've created. But if I can't get that art to as many eyes as possible because it doesn't fall into the algorithmic whatever, it's like,
yeah, I get that. That's the hard part. When you start thinking about the algorithm, that's kind of a tricky subject, man, because one part of me says, excuse my language, like F, the algorithm. But another part of me is like, I agree with you. It's like, if you have 100,000 followers and only, I don't know, like 2% of the people see that, what's the point?
They say on a good day on Instagram, 5% of your audience will see your content on a good day.
Wow.
5%. Dude, that 5% of 100,000 people, that's 5,000 people.
Yeah. And the goal is to keep people on their phones, like sure. The whole agenda is, and this is what I don't like about, when these platforms get so large, they come up with these calculations in order to keep people and creators, to keep people on their phone and to keep the creators creating. So, of course. And it's just kind of weird. It's almost like we're in a trap,
I feel it because, okay, you bring up a good point. So some creators, they will end up feeling lost because they get 20, 30, 50 views, 50 likes. My friend Drew said, if you were in a room with 50 people and they all were congratulating you like, oh, that's amazing, you would be feeling really good. But this weird way that TikTok and Instagram have made you feel, 50 is nothing when you're seeing people get 175,000 likes on something. And you're like, let me just roll back and take it for what it is. 50 people like my stuff. That's amazing. It's better than one person. Even if it was one, I appreciate the one.
Right.
And I just, and for those creators who put in all that hard work over and over, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, it makes it really hard and difficult for you to just go, I can support this business model because people are putting out 3, 4, 5 reels a day because they're trying to fall into the algorithm. And it's like, dude, for what? You're going to burn yourself out, stress yourself out.
Yeah.
Because what? Because your livelihood depends on the amount of views you get?
Right. Yeah, it's hard, man. I recently went through that with TikTok. I just got approved to get monetized like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, ooh, yeah, cool, great. And so I start, looking up all these, ideas and suggestions. And everybody's like, you got to post 3 times a day. And you got to make sure that your content is over 1 minute and 30 seconds long. And you got to make sure you capture them at the beginning. And you got to make sure that you do this, and this. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I did it, but it didn't feel authentic, and I almost felt like, man, this is like torture, man. This is like, but if you're a 15-year-old kid, you got all day to do it, because you're young and vibrant. And, I'm 42, man. I ain't got time to be doing all that.
See, man, 1, black don't crack. But 2, like, seriously, what's the point of making content? See, you said making it, you didn't feel authentic. What's the point of making inauthentic content?
Yeah, I just, like, every now and then, like, when in doubt, I'll just do Uncle Filthy McNasty and call it.
Sure.
But that right there, that's not even, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just be doing random stuff, dog.
No.
Like, I don't know how to post. I don't know how to post 3 times a day. I have a life. I don't know how to do that. You know what I mean?
Who has the time?
I tried, but man, it's hard. It's so hard.
That would mean that you would have to go ahead, record like 6 different skits, edit them. Now we're talking like not on the same day. We're talking like days in advance.
Yeah.
Edit them, schedule them, and then do it all over again the same, within the next week.
Yeah. That's rough, man. That's rough. That's rough. I feel like I look at what's his name? The comedian from Atlanta. He's doing really good. Not Country Wayne. Desi.
Delay? Oh, Desi Banks. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Desi Banks. Man, his skits are off the chain. His skits are like hilarious to me. But he's like, he does this full time. He has a full crew. I feel like he has a full crew,
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. But I don't know, man. Shout out to the people who has like a rhythm or like some type of structure and some type of plan. Yeah. Cause golly, it's hard posting like that, dude. Man, it's hard.
The only thing that is consistent posting I do is these Instagram clips, and that's it. That's it. Like there's a TikTok for the show. I don't care about TikTok. I don't even have the app on my phone. I use the little TikTok Studio app, and I just.
Now I will tell you this about TikTok. I will tell you this. TikTok's algorithm is probably the best because at any given moment, any one of your videos can just go viral. And it happened to me back in 2021 where I did a random post and I woke up the next day and it had like 300,000 views. And I feel like TikTok does that sporadically to give people a jump start. But after that, it's up to you to take it somewhere.
Yeah.
Because after
that makes sense.
After that, nothing happened. But still, it gave me that jump start.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, TikTok's algorithm is a little bit different from everybody else. I will give them that. Yeah, but I say the hardest one out of all is YouTube. YouTube is rough. YouTube is rough, man. You gotta, now that right there, you have to stay consistent. And the content has to be, I don't want to say it has to be good quality, but the subject matter has to be there. The consistency, Out of all the platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube is probably the hardest.
You know, it's crazy on YouTube. I post on YouTube too. The like YouTube shorts. I just use the same clip, but I find that I can post one video and it'll get like 1,500, 3,000 views, whatever. And then I post another video a couple days later and it'll get like 5. And I'm like, yo, hold on.
Yep.
Same person.
Yep.
Said different music. I know it's not the music choice. So what is it? Same time, 7 a.m. post schedule.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
I think it's keywords. I think it's a mixture of keywords. If your face is on it, if there's captions on it, because nowadays, I mean, there's not like some person that works at YouTube that's looking up all these videos. It's all generated. It's all like maybe AI that's detecting these videos that could potentially be viral worthy. So if it has a face, if it has captions, because they say that most people are reading captions nowadays. So if you put captions on your videos, that's a plus. And then the subject matter. So for now, if you're talking about Diddy, oh yeah, you're good to go. And that's another thing too. And that's how they get you. They want everybody to become reporters. Yeah, that's the thing. They want everybody to become reporters. And that's something that I will not succumb to. I can't do it.
I think if that was the path that I really want to go down, I would do it. It's just not. It's not I don't honestly care. Like, okay, for instance, the old podcast would have probably would have done really, really well. I mean, I had a whole bunch of subscribers on that YouTube. I don't know why I didn't use that YouTube when starting a new one, but hey, you know what? I do what the Lord tells me to do.
There you go.
Because he said don't do that. And I was like, okay. It has a whole bunch of things. Okay. I don't want to start from scratch, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. But hey, you doing it. I will say that you are doing it. And that's the hardest thing, is just to do it.
Yeah, just to do it, man. I appreciate it, but it's hard though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, I'm 42 trying to do all this young stuff, bro. It's hard.
Dude, it's hard. It's hard because I just don't understand it. I had somebody helping with me with like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's more that I just don't care. It's not something I care about. I know that I have to do it, but
my bad. This guy is playing music so loud right now.
Nah, that's all good, man. This Fort Worth. You got to let him enjoy himself.
Yeah, he playing H-Town Screw music.
Hey, we talking about Mike Jones. Nah, you good, man. We talking like Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Swishahouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
what inspires you, bro? What do you
inspires me?
Yeah. What are you doing nowadays, man? Like, what's you watching any shows? Oh, I just finished watching Severance, bro. I don't know if you watched that.
I have not watched Severance.
Okay, it's boring at the first 4 episodes are boring, but after that it is so good.
Okay.
We don't have to talk about that though. I was just
No. I mean, we can. I mean, hey, I appreciate a good show. What am I doing? I mean, this podcast is okay. Let me just be honest. Let me be 100% honest. The podcast started out amazing, and like I had a really fun time doing it. Then it came to a split second where I didn't have somebody lined up for a week because I had recorded probably like 4 or 5 episodes, so I was like, oh man, I'm good. Edit them, they're all ready to go, and then I don't know, I got lazy, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh damn it, I gotta do this again, and then now it's like slowly feeling like a chore. I'm like, and I don't want it to feel like a chore because like I really do enjoy talking to people, and it's not like I don't really talk much. I do more listening.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm more fascinated in how did somebody come into that, because as I tell everybody, you never know how your story will impact someone else's journey. So for me, that part is just more important, getting people's journey out there. Like, okay, cool. You've worked with Arkansas Bo, you work with Jay Rhodes. And for those who don't know, Jay Rhodes, crazy super producer. Like, he's made some of your favorite beats. Like how y'all are, I mean, like how small of a world is that you're friends. You've made films to get multiple films together. Like, that part to me is interesting. And I know some cinematographer out there who's like, oh man, I don't know what to do next. And it's like, hey, we did it with, I'm just gonna make up some numbers. We did with $1,000 and just a whole bunch of people who just said yes.
Yeah.
And like that's inspirational, because then all someone goes, oh, I don't need $100,000 to make a movie. I just need a bunch of my friends who'll say yes, and I need $1,000 and just be smart. And maybe I can ask this guy how he did it, and maybe I modify it and then go from there.
Yeah, so, for sure. And I want to tell you what happened with that.
Yeah,
Jay Rhodes and I, when COVID hit, the highways were completely empty, right?
Yep.
And so Justin was like, dude, you got a camera. The roads are empty. Let's go out and let's just shoot these empty roads, and let's come up with some type of crazy concept. And on the fly, Jay Rhodes was like, let's do something called The Last Man in Dallas.
Yep.
So we got shots of Jay Rhodes walking these empty streets with no cars passing by. I got my drone, and we flew the drone with literally no cars on the highway. So that turned into The Last Man in Dallas. So we got this random footage. We didn't know what to do with it, so we shelved it, right? And then we revisited later, and then he came up with this crazy idea called King of Dallas. And so that's how the whole concept came. And the thing is, all you need is a person with an idea and a person with a camera. And I know that sounds vague, but that's exactly how we did it. That's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? And to those out there who feel like you got to have an RE camera or like a red camera or something like that, nope. We shot with a Sony A7R3.
Hey, simple.
We shot with a Sony A7R3. Now that was the first time, but by the time we did King of Dallas, we had a Black Magic. So then we upgraded to a Black Magic, and we shot that with 2 Black Magics.
Yeah.
And those aren't nothing but $2,500. And those are great, good cinema quality cameras.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are listening, I'm telling you, man, it takes an idea and a camera, and go with it. Period.
It's not that hard. Like, people really overcomplicate how easy something is. Photography. Need a photo? Need to do something? Shoot it outside. You don't have a studio? Cool. Figure it out. Dude, you can buy a ring light. Dude, I shot on a ring light for years, and it's some of the best stuff that I've done.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, photography, I think, and let me tell you something. I think people make it hard because they're watching these YouTube videos, and they off the top say, okay, mine needs to look like that guy.
Yeah.
And that's not how it works. That's not how, you got to go out and figure it out. Like, you got to use natural light, and you got to say, oh, okay, why is the light shining off the wall like that? And then now it's bouncing off her face. Oh, wait, she's dark on this side. Okay, well, maybe I need to shift her this way. And then you just keep learning. And that little shift of her moving this way is going to catapult you to the next time when you shoot. Now it's like, okay, last time I did it this way, and I know not to do that. So now I'm going to face her towards the window as opposed to away. And then you just gather up all of these. I call it building your arsenal.
Of course.
I call it building your arsenal. You got to build your arsenal, you know?
Yep. I mean, that's all you can do. It's that law of 10,000 hours that Malcolm Gladwell talks about. You got to get your 10,000 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to suck. A lot of it's not going to be great, but you just got to do it. And that's kind of going back to what I said earlier about kids not having grit. They just want instantly like, it don't look like this right now. Why is I give up? And it's like, no, man, you gotta learn. Lighting is all about learning the concept. And like once you master lighting, you can do anything. Like you can walk in, like, I mean, like lighting this. I'm like, okay, cool. Got a Amaran 100S, and with the softbox. But if I didn't know lighting, I'd be like, let me just have this really bright light pointed at my face because it's white and I can change the kelvins.
Yeah.
No, like once you master and how to like make light do things. I mean, this little light bar back here.
Yeah, I see it.
I like once you figure it out, it's easy. But no one wants to. I mean, but again, no one wants to work that hard to make it.
Yeah,
at least what I've seen lately. Doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means everybody now is just more like, oh my God, I can blow up really big. And they want to cut corners, and you can't cut corners.
You can't cut corners, man. You can't. There's no way you can cut corners.
Can't do it.
You got to go out and do the dirty work, man. I've done a lot of dirty work. I've taken a lot of bad photos. Trust me.
Same. Oh my gosh, same.
And real quick, Byron, I want to go back to something you said earlier about your podcast.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that there was a moment in time where you had episodes lined up, and then you kind of got lazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about that real quick because I get lazy, bro. I get lazy, and once it starts to feel like work, that's when it starts to be like, I just want to lay in the bed and binge watch a TV show, but I can't because I got work to do. And although I like what I do, I think that's the most challenging part when it comes to entrepreneurship. Is like once it becomes a job, it can kind of take away the fun. You know?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
And when you said that about your podcast, that resonated with me so much because there's been times where I've shot so much, like, I hate to say this because, shout out to the people I've done work for, but sometimes I don't want to do baby showers, man. Sometimes I don't want to do bridal.
Sorry, I'm trying to
no, you're all right, bro. You good. I'm out here, just mosquitoes everywhere. But sometimes I don't want to do bridal shows, but I got to go home and, create these little mini videos for them. And I got to sit there on my computer and double click and make it look interesting. And I got to do this and do that. And again, I love what I do, but sometimes I just don't want to do the editing, man. It just takes so long,
Yeah.
And, I think that's the time where I have to find out the reason why I started in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, I used to be a school teacher, and I turned my keys in back in 2016, and then that's when I jumped off the cliff, and I grew wings. I did this whole thing full time. I started doing weddings, and I remember I bought my first full frame camera and my first, my first prime lens and all that. And I always have to think back, do you want to go back to teaching? I don't think I can do that, man. I don't think I can do that. But it gets hard sometimes. You got to have a lot of discipline when it comes to this, man.
Yeah.
It gets really, really difficult sometimes, man.
It really does.
Yeah.
So my thing is, let me just say this. When it comes to being lazy, I'm like, so for instance, the reason why it's lazy is because, like you said, I want to watch TV. I don't want to do the thing. I know that I have to do it, but I don't want to. And it's just because in the moment my brain's like, oh, okay, you're not doing this. You're not here. Like, work was tough today. So, yeah. Sorry, everybody. It being a dad, it's dad duties. We'll just say that.
Dad duties.
So, okay, real quick, because the sun's setting, and we'll just wrap this up. To go back into it, what we were talking about, like now having to cut this because I had to go do dad duty.
Right.
It's gonna,
Right.
it's just more, it's more work.
Yeah.
So,
right. I
more
get
work
it.
on. Then I'm like, do I really want to? The last episode that's coming out, the last episode with Michelle Waterson Gomez, there was a moment where her computer was dying. She had to get up, had to cut that. And it's just like,
yeah.
Like, I love the podcast where nothing goes wrong. Lighting looks great. Everything's good. I can throw it in Final Cut, slap my LUT on it, and boom, perfect.
And boom, you're done. Yeah, I get it. So for me, it's weddings, man. Wedding videos.
See, that's why I don't do those.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. That right there is rough. That's rough. And I love shooting weddings, man. I think I've come to a point to where I just need someone to edit them for me now.
See, it would be so much easier to pay an editor than to spend it. And I think that's also my thing. I'm like, with the social media, and the reason why I feel like the podcast is becoming work is because like I'm like, okay, I gotta like make the post, and I gotta like find the clips, and I gotta go through and like make sure that the AI picks something really good. Oh, I don't like what he said, so I gotta like tinker with the clip and add stuff, make it a little bit shorter, a little viral. And I'm like, okay, this is it's a lot because I care and I want it to be good, whether one person listens or
right. That's why it's hard for me to give my video footage to someone else. Yeah. Now I'm putting my work in the hands of someone else. And I'm not saying that someone else can't edit like me. It's just, trying to go out and find a person that can kind of have my same style of editing and do all this and do all that. And like, and again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty good editor, bro. And, and I would hate to just pass all this video footage of this beautiful wedding that I've done only to return it with like some mediocre type editing,
And I think that's where I was talking. There's an episode with my friend Courtney Henderson, and he was saying, and I was telling him, because he was doing the same thing. He has a hard time letting go of things. I was like, bro, sometimes it's easier to just let it go and just go, I'm not going to hire somebody who sucks to do this. I trust your artistic ability to, and then like, and if it's a real true deal creative, they'll look at your content and how you shoot and how you edit and go, okay, I can mimic that.
Yeah.
And so like I heard a podcast the other day and they were talking about some people, like there's editors out here that just say, I'm an editor. And then when you're like, they were talking about like soccer, and they're like, oh, well, we're looking for a specific soccer podcast editor. And it's someone who could like throw in like little soccer like clips and everything, but like just a regular editor can't do that. Yeah. So, like you have to know exactly. There's wedding editors out there.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to know where to look for them?
Yeah.
Brazil.
Okay.
Brazil. And in the like, dude, a lot of like photography retouchers. I don't know why I said photography. Real country. A lot of really amazing photography retouchers in Ukraine, in Russia, and super cheap.
Okay.
Dollar an image, because again, conversion rates. So you could give somebody like 50 US, and it's like you get I'm talking like perfect, flawless, unblemished skin, like there's a girl in Russia, or she's in Ukraine. Her name is Yulia. Shout out Yulia. Amazing. There's a couple of cats in Russia. Dude. Just nasty work.
Okay.
But a friend of mine, Justin, he has a podcast, and he actually hired a girl who's in Brazil to edit his podcast. It's a Star Wars podcast. They play card games and stuff.
Okay.
$250 a month.
Oh, how many
Yeah.
photos?
No, I'm talking about she does video. She does podcasts.
Oh, video. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But she edits their video, overlays it with all the graphics and everything. $250 a month.
Nice.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
might
I'm
have to do a
saying,
little bit more research on that, man. Maybe that can take a load off. Yeah.
dude, I mean, especially if it's international, I mean, again, like, yeah, you're working in like, there's possibly language barrier, but like at the end of the day, if it saves you, if you get a small piece of your freedom back and your joy back, what's it matter?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have to look into that big time.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's worth it. That's what they say.
Okay, yeah, I might have to do that.
We giving freedom on here.
All right, I gotta. Yeah, that just goes to show I haven't put in the work and trying to like ease up off of my workload.
Because honestly, you don't want to. Let's just be real.
That's what
you
it is.
don't want to
let it go.
Yeah, you just don't want to, because again, letting go and releasing control of something is literally you just go. It sucks. It's hard. No one wants to do it.
Yeah.
But once you do it and you find the person, dude, you're gonna be like, why didn't I do this sooner? Oh my god.
Yeah. That'll be a good look, man. I might have to. I'm gonna go home and that's gonna be the first thing I do when I get home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
See, it's real simple, man.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this thing up because the sun is setting in Funky Town, Fort Worth. Kory got to get back to Dallas, and that's a trek and a drive, and figure out how to get his car repaired. If the people want to follow you, because you have 1.5 billion Instagram profiles, if people want to follow you on Instagram, TikTok, if they want to book you, like, how do the good people do that?
Yeah, man. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Kory Williams Photography or Kory Williams Weddings or Kory Williams Photo or Kory Williams Films or Kory Williams Travel. On TikTok, you can find me at Kory Williams Photography. You can visit my website at KoryWilliamsPhotography.com. And yeah, man, I do headshots, I do graduation shoots, I do boudoir shoots, I do engagement shoots, I do wedding films, of course. I also do music videos too. So I'm kind of across the board when it comes to videography. Yeah, man, y'all hit me up, give me a shout. Shout out to Byron. I appreciate you, man. This guy right here has helped me out tremendously in the past. And I thank you, brother. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. And congrats on your endeavors. And congrats on your recent endeavors, I want to say.
Oh,
and
thank you.
yeah, man. I appreciate you for letting me on this podcast, man. And I'm just truly thankful that we were able to catch up and talk, brother. I'm proud of you for everything that you're doing, man. For real, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Seriously, I really do. Like, truly. I don't know how to, like, I struggle at taking praise, but I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, no problem, man. And keep going. Don't stop, bro.
Oh, I'm not. Now I just gotta figure out, like, now I have more energy to do it because of our conversation. See, we talk, and now I'm like, okay, this doesn't work anymore. It's not.
And that's how it goes, man. And see, that's the beauty of the podcast, man. We gotta have more of these, man, so that we can encourage people to keep going, man.
Yes,
keep going, people. Don't stop. That's the thing. Don't stop, people. Do not stop.
Don't stop. It's just that simple. You heard the man. Don't stop. All right, cool. Bye, everybody. Peace. I see you next week.
Peace out.